call Castro. How we doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Are we having a good time tonight? Are we having a good time tonight? Ah! That's right, my last name is Castro. I know I look like a Castro. The older I've gotten, the more comfortable I've gotten with my exotic look. And by exotic look, I mean Spanish last name, clan rally skin. I'm not even Spanish, I'm actually Filipino, and if you trace my roots back to my origins, my family last name isn't even Castro. It's Knack-Knack. I don't know anything about my ancestors, but that sounds like the name of a group of people that got their ass handed to them on a regular basis. When the conquistadors were strategizing on how to conquer the Philippines, they were like, where should we start? It's like, I don't know, but this village of Knack-Knack sounds like an easy target. Just sounds like a bunch of morons running into walls. So I'm originally from Arkansas. Any Arkansans in here? Woo! Where are you from?
Chicken tacos.
Yeah, whatever. Yep, I'm from Arkansas, and when you tell people you're from Nashville, they want to hear about country music stars. When you tell them you're from Arkansas, they want to offer you therapy. That's warranted because Arkansas is actually ranked in the top 5 for 2 things every year in this country. That's methamphetamine production and obesity. It's the only place in the country where you're going to see a fat meth addict. I'm not trying to preach the benefits of methamphetamines to you people, but weight loss is definitely one of them. You know, no one's watching those before and after meth had pictures on TV, you know, when they put those ads on. No one's looking at those thinking, man, that guy put on some weight. He didn't smoke enough. He got ripped off on that diet. My wife and I are expecting our 3rd child in January. That's right. We are looking to rehouse the child, so if you are looking to adopt, we've got applications at the door. So, you know, birth is really not my thing. I told my wife I can't do anymore. I'm done after 3, and I said I'm getting a vasectomy as soon as we're done with 3. And she loves kids. She was really sad. She's like, oh, that's sad. When are you going to get the vasectomy? I was like, well, I was thinking when the doctor asked if he can cut the umbilical cord, I'm like, Doc, could you snip me too? Get a little BOGO, a little buy one, get one on the vasectomy action. I don't like birth, though. I hate birth. I hate the process. And the doctors ask you a lot of stupid questions, too. Like, the doctor asked my wife and I was like, what do you want to do with the placenta after the birth? I was like, throw that shit away? Isn't it radioactive? Doctor's like, well, you know, some moms like to eat it for health benefits. And I was like, and you let them take the baby home? That's one step from eating the baby. If they'll eat the placenta, they'll eat anything. My son, when he came out, he scared me to death. I hate birth so much. My son, when he was born, he scared me to death. He looked so scary. He had dents in his skull. It looked like my wife's uterus beat the hell out of him on the way out. And he comes out, they take my baby, they take my son, they take him over to this like little warming plate. It looks like what Golden Corral uses to warm 3-day-old pie. And the nurse is spanking my kid. I walk over, I was like, why are you spanking my kid? He was just born. She's like, well, we don't know if he's breathing. We need him to cry so we can make sure he's breathing. And I was like, well, if you want him to cry, you should show him himself in the mirror. I don't understand fraternities. When I was in college, I had a good friend that was in a frat. I never understood it. And I asked him, I was like, what's the benefit of being in a fraternity? He was like, well, it looks good on a job resume. Does it? Really? I'm imagining like hiring someone at a bank, you know, for a teller job, looking at their resume, like, oh, that's great. You were a Kappa Sig, that's fantastic. Hey, why don't you tell me how butt-chugging beer and a hazing ritual makes you a good candidate to be a teller at my bank? Oh, thanks for wearing the croaky straps on your sunglasses during the interview in case a gust of wind blows through the bank. You know, safety first, man. Greek life. Yeah. I grew up with, my parents got divorced, and anybody have to hear about your single parents' dating life? Anybody have single? Everybody's got married parents in here. The statistics don't speak to that, by the way. But I hated hearing my mom talk about her single dating life. She would get home from work at Lowe's, and she'd be like, Daryl, the forklift driver, asked me to Applebee's again, and I shut his ass down. Good for you, Mom. I'm glad your standards are so unwavering amongst Daryl the mulleted forklift driver's advances. Stand strong. But when I was 21 and she was 45, she got engaged to an 18-year-old. Yeah. I was the older man, so he had to ask me for permission to marry her. It was kind of awkward, you know. I was like, well, I guess if you got your schoolwork done. You know, here's your 20. Congratulations. Go see a movie with your friends. Popcorn's on me. Going through a lot of therapy, though. I got a lot of family issues. Any daddy and mommy scars in here? You got a perfect Brady Bunch-like family crowd in here tonight. I like that. There's nothing wrong with being raised right. But, yeah, my mom, she was extremely bipolar. She quit taking her medication. And I used to tell her, Mom, it'd be amazing what you could accomplish if you put one of your minds to it. Just focus. My dad was an extreme alcoholic. He drank a bottle of Old Crow whiskey a day. Anybody remember Old Crow? It's the cheapest whiskey they make. It's so cheap it comes with a free t-shirt. Which is ironic because we were poor and my dad's alcoholism actually kept the children clothed. Although we live in Nashville, we have all these 5-star restaurants popping up everywhere. Every time I go out and order a $13 cocktail, I feel like I get ripped off if there's not a t-shirt with it. Where's my t-shirt? What am I supposed to wear home? We could have buried my dad in that t-shirt, but we chose to cremate him, which was kind of scary because his blood alcohol content was so high we thought he might explode. Like a human Molotov cocktail. I'm Kyle Castro. Thank you so much for your time this evening. You all have a great evening. Thanks for coming out. Bring Dustin back up.
All right, we're having a good time. Kyle Castro.